Hey, good morning. It's Thursday, October 28th. Thanks so much for being here this morning. As you can tell, I'm in the middle of some rain here. Not exactly stormy conditions, but not pleasant either. I'm going to talk loudly because I want to be heard over the wind and the rain. And of course, someone is thinking, why don't you just go inside where you're not getting rained on, when there's not so much wind? But I have a point to this. And it's an important one. Psalm 78 tells us not to hide the things of God, the good deeds of God to the next generation. But yet we will tell our children, the next generation, about the good things of God. Now think about that for a moment. If all I tell them about God are these beautiful scenes when you've seen back here with the river, the beautiful sunrise, the beautiful clouds, the calm river, anybody can sell that. There's no reason to hide that. But this morning, when I'm getting wet, when you may be having some trouble hearing because of the wind in the mic and all that, you can hear the rain overhead on the roof here, this little dock. God is still here. God is the God of the clouds. He's the God of the dark valleys. And if we don't teach our children how to walk through the dark valleys, how to embrace the clouds and see the faithfulness of God, then we are hiding from them perhaps one of the most important things we can give them. How to trust God when it's hard, when the clouds are here, when it's dark, when it's not bright and sunny, when it's not so pleasantly warm, it's just a joy to be outside. But God is there when it's cooler and damp like it is here. Or when the snow comes, or when the ice comes, or we're shaking because we're so cold. God is also the God of all that. As we've said many times here, Job 37 tells us these clouds up there are moving at the express direction of God to bring about exactly what He wants to happen. Exactly what He wants to happen. His faithfulness is displayed in the movement of the clouds. His faithfulness is displayed in this rain that is coming down right now. We must not hide God's faithfulness in these difficult, hard times. When we walk through the dark valleys, David tells us that the Lord is our shepherd, that He walks right with us. And as a shepherd, as you know, is not somebody who's weak, but is a mighty warrior who is prepared to defend his sheep against any attack. We must not present God as a God of only the sunshine and beautiful days. We must not hide from our children that our God is the God of these clouds, the God of the dark valleys, the God of hurting hearts. Because in all this, He provides hope. There will be another sunrise. There will be a bright, beautiful day again. We don't know when, but that's not the point. God's faithfulness remains. He is always shining. Therefore, what David says in Psalm 19 is also true, that our eyes can radiate the faithfulness of God because we know His word. Don't hide these moments of cloudy, dark valleys from your children. Show them how you're walking through. Because if they can't see you walking through the dark valleys and the clouds and the hard times of life, they won't have a good model. We must not hide from our children that life is hard. But that, just as importantly, we must also not hide from our children the reality that life is good because of the faithfulness of God in the middle of this mess. He's just as present, his power is just as great, His warmth is just as much when I'm standing here a little bit cool and wet and damp, and these clouds behind me are giving rise to some thunderstorms, which probably should go in pretty soon because of that. He's the God of all that, including the God of the thunderstorm. Let's not hide the God who moves the clouds from our children. Let's not hide the God of the dark valleys from our children. Let's show them the beauty and wonder of God, the faithfulness of God. Let's show our children the comforting hand of God's care as He walks through us when we have these dark clouds, when we have this rain. And that's the thought for this morning. Trust God. Show your children how you can walk in the clouds with Him, because He is the faithful God. Thanks so much for being here. Check us out, everydaytalk247.com. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't, just hit post notifications. These videos will come right to you. Consider maybe supporting what I'm doing here. You can do that on the webpage. But thank you so much again. I love your feedback, encouragement, and even now, when it's like this, God is faithful. Think about that this day. It's a great thought. And Lord willing, we'll see you tonight.